Hola y bienvenidos a Deuces Wild motherfuckers!
Oh my goodness. Welcome back after a 1-week hiatus. I had a business meeting in Jackson, Mississippi, believe it or not, with the former Secretary of Defense. And so that was a meeting I could not miss. So now we are back in gear.
We are thrilled. Great to have you back. Ian Miller, former big leaguer, got a cup of coffee in the show. He does a lot of shows here on No Filter Network. And he has a podcast called The 9 Hole Podcast. And he filled in sort of last minute and went on here and just talk shop, top ball. I love a guy who's been through the grind. I mean, this dude hit up every fucking stop you could imagine between when he got drafted and he ended up in the big leagues. I think it was Minnesota that he got the original call with. But anyhow, man, good to have you back. And hopefully that meeting will come to fruition. And, I don't want to get to too much details, but it sounds like it went really well.
Yep. We'll just see what happens. But hey, dude, I know we're going to have to do some reading here in a second, but I wore that shirt last week and you had a different hat on. I got this hat working this week. And old Steelhead, one of our new title sponsors.
Well, it's funny. I think that this shirt is actually sold out now. So I apologize. Really? Yeah, I mean, for good reason, dude. Look at it. I mean,
hey, you know what? After the show, like 3 or 4 people texted me and they're like, dude, did they get that swing from you? And I was like, nah, they just did it on their own. And Trey came up to me, and first thing Trey said, Dad, that swing looks like you. And I go, okay.
Bro, I actually would not discredit your swing like that.
No.
Fuck, your swing's way better.
That's all right. Dude, it's awesome. It's great for the T-shirt look, too. So.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, so anyhow, Thrill, let's get to it. Here is the Deuces Wild run of show, according to Leslie Short, our director of operations at No Filter Network. Here are a couple ad reads in the first 5 minutes. Leslie, I got you. I'm so by the script. Bet Online is your number one source for all of your summer sports this season, from MLB, golf, NBA, and NHL playoff stats. All the latest news, scores available to you and all of your favorite teams with just one click of a button. Get the latest lines, including the latest matchups, player props, and odds on just about every sport you can imagine. I'm not sure if you can bet on two frogs fucking, but you can bet on MLB. We know that. And so does Shohei Ohtani's interpreter.
So does Pete Rose and Shohei Ohtani. Both.
Well, Ipe.
Yeah, whatever.
So Shohei was just a loose affiliate. Regardless, head to the website today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Bet Online, where the game starts. And also, our title sponsor, Steelhead. That's right, hit a grand slam with Steelhead gear, outdoor lifestyle apparel for those who carve a different path. Embrace America's other pastime with fishing apparel that embodies the American spirit. Land your next big catch at steelhead.com. That's STLHD.com. Use the promo code DEUCES, DEUCES, for those who are illiterate, to reel in a 22% discount. Get your gear and get in on the game with Steelhead. Update, by the way. Here's the update. The Bay Area Heavy Hitter t-shirt is sold out. There are a few Northwest editions left and more inventory coming this week. I imagine the Northwest ones are just Mariners colors. I'm guessing. I do not know that. I don't think it really has to be the black and orange, right? I just go for the whole kit up here with the rods and shit.
Put it this way. People that paid attention to the show a few weeks ago got it because it's black and orange and they're Giants fans. So I don't know about the rest of them. But One of the reasons why I'm wearing our No Filtered shirt today is because I wore that shirt today fishing. Tommy Luke, who's in the chat room, and I and some friends, we took old Trey Clark on a crappie trip and caught a boatload of them and had a nice fish fry last night. Got up this morning, caught some more, and boogied on back so I could do the No Filter show tonight, sponsored by Steelhead. Boom.
Hey, man. So when I imagine you guys out fishing, for whatever reason, I think about the water boy. And you're in that fucking boat, man.
Bobby Boucher.
With the big old fan ripping through. I don't even know what you call them. I mean, are they rivers? Are they streams? Are they lagoons? Or are they just bucket alligator pits?
No, that's bull. That's bull. We were fishing. We were fishing on a lake and had some little bayous connecting off the lake. We had a good time too. So fun stuff. But hey, I mentioned Trey, and one of the things that had been brought to my attention by some of the people in the chat room before we came on the show, and I even wanted to comment on it. I know how big of a deal it was for Trey Clark to go freaking 3-run bomb. And then what about Mr. Biscuit going Oppo Taco, baby?
Thrill, he did. So he hasn't played Little League since he was 7. Officially, this is his first over-the-fence home run that he's hit in quote-unquote Little League. Now, that said, I'm not trying to piss on my kid's parade, but he's been playing top-level elite national travel ball for the past 4 or 5 years and has hit plenty of over-the-fence homers. But I still do think there's something to be said, and I think he even enjoyed it, of hitting that over-the-fence homer. It's Little League. It's the community. It's everything else. So good on him. He's been killing it, like beyond killing it. But in all fairness, he should be. And I will just say this to the other Little League families out there. Biscuits played a lot more baseball than their kids.
Hey, look, I get it, but still, man. Hey, you being a daddy-o, I mean, it's a proud moment. I know you're happy, and from not only myself but also everybody in the chat room. Biscuit, well done, my man, well done.
All right, Thrill. So one more thing here from Steelhead. This is a breaking news as well. They are doing a giveaway. They're giving away a $200 Steelhead gift card. So you can buy the Steelhead merch you want from steelhead.com to enter to win. Follow both No Filter Network and Steelhead on Instagram. Steelhead Sing is STLDHD on Instagram. The giveaway will close at midnight PST on Thursday, May 2nd. The winner will be announced on Friday, May 3rd. And guess what, Thrill? Whoever wins the $200 gift card from Steelhead will also get to join us next week, Tuesday, May 7th on Deuces Wild.
Bring it on. Bring it on. We'll make you a star of the show, and you could be on not only everybody in our chat room's screen, but also on Spotify and all the rest of the places that we touch.
No doubt about it. All right, Thrill. So here we are. It is the San Francisco Giants at the Boston Red Sox. We are in the top of the 8th inning. Tyro Estrada hitting 231 on the years up to bat. The Giants 1 out in the 8th. They're getting shut out at Fenway Park, which is actually pretty hard to do. That's a hitter-friendly ballpark, man.
Yeah, no, hitter-friendly ballpark, and that's a place you want to go and rack up some base hits and stuff. Hey, look, they actually, believe it or not, we hadn't really talked about it too much, but they've been playing pretty well. I mean, 1, 2 out of 3, I know for the last 2 series. So they won both of the last 2 series. So, getting a little bit better play. Got some good news about Snell. He's not going to be down too long. He'll be back. And, other than that, Yastrzemski been swinging the bat a little bit better, so that's a good sign. And tonight Boston's pitching sort of handed it to us so far. We only got 2 hits, and we'll go from there.
Well, I'm looking at this here. So Webb started.
Yeah, and he didn't have his good location. He gave up 9 hits in 3 2/3. So he just didn't have his location. They've been in the bullpen 3 times already, and then the last inning was Landon Roop. He's back in the major leagues and had a 3 strikeout inning right there. So he's got good stuff working right now as well.
0-2 to Estrada. Now, this sweeper that this guy from the Red Sox is throwing, I mean, it's legit, man. I mean, hold on a second, because it was Weissert before this.
Yeah, no, this is one of the relievers. This is Kelly.
Yeah, now this is just safe.
Oh, he beat that out.
I mean, I had my back to it. Let's take another look at what exactly happened. That's a shattered bat.
That is what is known as, it's not going too far when that bat's in that many pieces.
That's called firewood, Thrill. There's a 2-seam fastball.
Oh, nice job, Tyro. Way to hit it with your thumbs. Ooh, good Lord. Get out. Stick me, as you'd say in 400 relay. Stick.
He was, bro,
anyway.
That's bullshit. That's a base hit, man.
That is a base hit.
It was one little pump, and they gave it an air. Yastrzemski with a nice swing. When Yastrzemski goes to Fenway, Thrill, do you have any memories of Carl Yastrzemski? You didn't play against him, did you?
I did not play against him. I have met him once or twice. Super gentleman. He's one of the class guys at a game.
And I'm not being a dick, right? Because Yastrzemski played for fucking a number of years, and he played into the 80s, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. But then on top of that, that's still when, National played National. We didn't have the interleague. So, no, I didn't get a chance to see him back then. I've met him elsewhere.
I got to imagine. I mean, look at, so they're showing this. They're the back goes. That's a distraction. Dude, it's a little bobble. You can't give that an error. I think that's
all right. Put it this way: if you're going to give that an error, it's got to be the first baseman who didn't catch a damn thing.
You're right.
You can't give it to the shortstop.
Dude, you're very right, Thrill.
Anyway.
So Yastrzemski's the Red Sox Hall of Famer. And then the big moment was it Carlton Fisk down the line. If it stays fair, it's gone.
Yep. That's iconic. That's iconic, everybody that remembers This Week in Baseball with Mel Allen, I used to be one of the ones there. So,
did you watch that?
Oh, every week. That was how, you got a chance to find out what was going on in the rest of the major leagues because you couldn't see it on TV. So Mel Allen would give you the rundown on what the hell happened in the major leagues.
People don't get it today, do they?
No, not at all.
To have the information that we have at our fingertips.
Yep.
And to see where every location of every pitch, to be able to follow whatever team you want to follow. You could hit a button. And I'm an Orioles fan right now, right? So I can watch the O's. And it's on my iPad. And I could be driving in the van through like I was yesterday. And boom, I just pulled up the Reds and Padres game and saw Ellie Daly Cruz go deep. Like it's amazing what we're able to consume and how we're able to consume it. I do think it's really, really cool for the game of baseball. I will also tell you this. I was in my mom's station wagon with the license plate Wagon for Kid, WGN 4KID. It was fucking embarrassing. But,
there you go. Oh, by the way, Estrada just stole second. So we got runner and scoring position.
Well, hopefully we can actually get a run right here. So I was in the Wagon for Kid when I heard the crack of the bat in the Houston Astrodome in 1986.
Oh, Lord.
And you took Nolan Ryan.
Mr. Nolan Ryan.
See ya!
Yeah, the old 1-1 heater got deposited out of center field. Mr. Yastrzemski just got introduced to a changeup.
What are they
You know,
laughing at?
hey, look, you even said it. You even said about technology and all that. Let's do a really quick recap on that. Will Clark gets into Major Leagues 1986. Video was not available until end of 87, early 88, right in there. Then you fast forward a few years, and it goes from VHS to basically DVDs or CDs, whatever you want to call it, into the early 90s. And then, then all of a sudden it just, you get fast forwarded now to look where we are digitally and technology wise. You don't even need the CDs and all that sort of stuff unless you're saving stuff for posterity for your own sake, or you just say, oh, hell with it, stick it on the cloud or whatever it is and come back and find it whenever you want, So it's amazing where technology has gone over the last, boatload of years.
Do you have your hits tapes?
I sure do. They're sitting right here to my right. I had every one of them put from VHS onto DVD, CD, whatever you want to call it. So now I can put them on in a player. I can pull them up, and we can watch the old thrills, old swings back in the day. Matter of fact, it's kind of funny when you go back and look at it. Some of the swings in like 86 and 87, they're actually in black and white.
Come on.
Swear to God.
I don't ever remember watching a Giants game in black and white. Is that just because you're like the games that were not on TV?
Yeah, exactly. It was games that weren't on TV. They would just use in the whatever backup cameras they had, and they were probably black and white.
Yeah, that was crazy because back in the day, every game was not on TV. It was actually,
and especially the weekday games
and home games.
Yeah,
and the home games were like very rarely were ever on TV.
Yep.
That I would just I'd get the visiting games. I love, my favorite uniform, and this could be a poll question right now. Fire away in the chat if you have an opinion on this. And I'm sure.
Oh, by the way, Josh just jumped on there and said Yastrzemski retired in '83. So yeah. You were right. You were right.
I knew it was the '80s, and I had a feeling he missed you.
Well, and then not only that, he was he was the last American League Triple Crown winner. But I was going to say,
Miguel Cabrera.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He freaking did it right. That's right. He broke his record. That's what it was. Correct. But and a lot of guys, and especially in my era, a lot of guys would come up to the plate like Yastrzemski and have their hands like way high like this and drop them down and stuff like that. So he had an iconic, go to the plate and high hands and stuff like that. Now you got guys that hold hands down here below their tits, and they wonder why they can't catch a high fastball because you're a moron. Go to the guy that went and won the Triple Crown. He's got his freaking hands up here. Maybe you ought to follow his lead.
It's the truth, isn't it? I see so many swings and misses these days.
Yep.
And it really infuriates me because I cared immensely about putting the ball in play.
Yeah.
And so I actually went out to a high school game today, Thrill, in Truckee. And the Truckee High School Wolverines are a good baseball team. I want to say they're 21-4 or something like that. And so for local high school baseball here, obviously up in the Sierra Nevada mountains, going against a bunch of Reno teams, that's pretty good. And I wanted to see what they were all about. And they had a kid on the mound. He was thrown he was like 78. And there some dudes on the team. One of them was a transfer from St. Francis, which is where I went to high school. So his family had moved up here. Right. He looked legit. There was another kid that was a third baseman, just freaking stacked. Looked like a dude. I was pretty impressed. But they were facing this soft throwing lefty that was topping out at like 72. And he had a 60-mile-per-hour changeup fadeaway and a 63-mile-per-hour little slider thing. and I watched several of the kids, I don't know, 2 or 3 of the kids strike out. And I told Biscuit, who was standing next to me, I go, bro, all you got to do on this guy, get up on the dish and move up in the box. And sure enough, finally, one of the kids gets up there. He moves all the way up in the box, all the way up on the dish, spread out stance like this. I go, he is about to rake. Second, third pitch of the at-bat. Whack! Piss rod left field. Dude, I reference you all the time when I talk to our LTP kids. I reference you all the time when I talk hitting in general. You've got to move around in the box depending on who was on the bump, correct?
Correct. All right. So now you start thinking about it, right? And I used to have these talks, and especially one of the best ever was Keith Hernandez, in talking about moving around Nevada's box and stuff like that as to what he was looking for. And then you alluded to it maybe about, I don't know, 3 or 4 shows ago. I don't know how we talked about it. We talked about Pete Rose. And you even said it. Pete Rose did 4 things. He moved up in the box. He moved back in the box. He moved closer to the plate. And he backed off the plate, depending on what he was looking for. I mean, dude, that guy's got a record that'll never be broken. Maybe I ought to listen to him, you freaking morons out there today. There you go.
Yeah. I don't understand why more guys don't do it. Because a lot of guys just go in there, they find the foothold. I mean, we got some of our kids, they just look for where everyone else stands. All right, there's this, you're out.
It was 3-1.
He was running 3-1, 3-2.
Yeah, he was 3. It was a walk. Landon Root just walked 2 in a row. He punched out 3 last, and then now he comes up top of the order and he walks first 2 dudes. So
and here's Tyler O'Neill. You know, his father was like.
Was it Paul? Paul O'Neill?
No. This is even better. His father was like a Mr. Olympia.
Oh,
like a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
So Tyler O'Neill grew up in a Gold's Gym.
Really?
Yeah, and he fucking looks like it too. Look at this guy.
Well, yeah, I know one thing. I was looking at their lineup because I'm not really familiar with a lot of those guys that are in their lineup. And I was like, they had one dude 6'5", one dude 6'6". I was like, man, they got some beefalos up there. But Tyler's 5'11", 200, but he's put together pretty good.
Yeah, you ain't kidding, man. There's no way this guy's 200. This guy's got to be more than 200.
Probably
I
so.
mean, what's he saying?
He's saying that the hitter called timeout.
He's awfully, I don't know, expressive in his motions. The pitch, slider again.
Well, wait a second. Wait. Now it's 1-2. He called a strike on Tyler. Evidently, he
yeah, something was up. You're right. You're right, Thrill.
He be on his time limit because it went from 0-1 to 0-2. So that's what it was. Now it's 1-2. Here, let's throw the sweeper. Oh, he missed it. All right. For me personally, because I don't want to go to 3-2. All right. For me personally, if I'm a pitcher, I'm throwing that backdoor sinker. I'm going to start it off the plate, try to run it over that back outside corner, get a double play ball. But these guys now go for the strikeout all the time, so we'll see what happens.
Another one. There's a triple play.
Oh,
they got it! Holy shit!
Oh, he called him out!
He fucking got it!
Way!
Wow!
They're gonna
called our first triple play here on
DEUCES WILD. They're gonna appeal it at first, but that's unbelievable. Chapman right on the bag, feed to Estrada. Estrada gets it ripped again. Oh, we a little late on the camera. We didn't see that. All right, let's go.
Come on, give it to us. Give it to us.
Damn it. Jesus.
There it goes, man.
Dude, a triple play by that much. Oh, God almighty.
And we would have captured it live here on DEUCES WILD.
Oh,
this clip could have gone viral.
Hey, your reaction was priceless right there. We got to have that one happen this week. Oh, that was great.
Oh, man.
Oh, that was great.
I have a question because it wasn't even close at first. How did the umpire fuck this call up? I mean, it was.
Well, he fell into it. He's like, I want to see a triple play. Wham! Here we go.
And I'm not faulting the first base umpire tonight, who is Clint Vondrak. Hey, Clint, he's doing what's right for the game of baseball. Nice fucking job, Clint.
Yeah, no shit. Hey, nice job, Clint. Sorry we got it wrong, but hey, I can promise you one thing. Back in the 90s and 80s, whenever before we had replay and stuff, that would have been a triple play. Speaking of which, all right, so Matt Chapman starts that right there, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Gary Gaetti, when he was with the Minnesota Twins and the other teams that he played for, he was involved in like a lot of triple plays. I want to say something silly like 4 or 5, right? And so I actually know Gary, because he married a girl down in New Orleans, and I met him a bunch. And I asked him, I'm like, Gary, I said, how did you get so many triple plays? He goes, Will, no shit. He goes, when it was first and second, he said, I always played a little closer to the bag so I could get the ball, get rid of it, and get the first 2 outs, third and second, and then we'll see if we can get the triple play. He said that was by design. I was like, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And it makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah, no.
Play close to the bag, you have an opportunity for 3.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, I mean, if you think about it, the shortstop and second baseman on a double play ball, they move a little closer to the bag. All he's doing is moving closer to the bag on a double play at third.
That's knowledge that I've never heard before. And I've been around the game a long time. I've obviously played. I analyzed it as a broadcaster. And now here I am, coaching baseball. And I would have not necessarily ever said, hey, look, scoot close to the bat. If anything, I do tell our third baseman in that situation, first and second, no out, I'd say even up, right, just in case of the bunt. And even in youth baseball, at least in travel ball where we play, we don't bunt. There's not a lot of bunting. It does happen in tight innings and this and that. But for the most part, you're facing rosters that are stacked 1 through 10. So there's not a ton of bunting happening. Yeah. But I move them, up, even with the bag. And now I'm actually going to put them even and a little closer to the bag. Thank you to Mr. Gary Gaetti.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, Josh even said just now, he said, have I ever been associated with triple play? Yeah, I've been around a few triple plays. One that I will remember for a long time was, believe it or not, when I was at Mississippi State, first and second, nobody out. And both of the runners, took off, right? And it was a design hit and run. The hitter hit a little humpback liner to our second baseman, and he went to second base, and he caught the liner, so the guy going from home to first is out. All right, the guy going from first to second stopped, right, but he's like 4 feet from the bag, and he tags that guy, and he flipped to the shortstop for the third one. And I go, dude! All you had to do was take 2 steps and step on second base, and you got an unassisted triple play. And he's like, I didn't even think about that. I was thinking about feeding him. And I was like, oh, my God. We put it this way.
So hold on. Let me understand this. The liner was the second?
The liner was the second.
Okay. So he catches a ball. The runner was going between first and second. We just kind of ran into the tag.
Yeah, I mean he was like damn near at second base. So he caught the liner, tagged him out. So now he's got the runner from home plate and a runner from first base. Both of them are out. The other guy's damn near standing on third base. All he's got to do is walk over to second base, touch second base, and it's an unassisted triple play. But instead he flipped to the shortstop.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I think involving your teammates is pretty cool. But no,
fuck that. Fuck that. Unassisted triple play, all you got to do is take 2 steps. Dude, put it this way. He had to buy beers that night. I promise you that.
Yeah, because the question becomes how many unassisted triple plays in the history of Major League Baseball have there been?
Exactly. So,
right?
That's a Steven Luker question, but I don't know. Oh, by the way, hello, Steven Luker. Welcome back to the show again. Very nice that you're popping in. Plus, on top of that, we got our normal cast of characters: Big Mike, Linda, Josh, Tommy Luke, Tommy Aliotti. Let's see who else. Oh, Alex came on here early, so Alex has been palling around. So we got a little bit of everybody up here today.
Whose birthday is it? Is some birthday? I mean, I see celebration emojis floating around.
Oh, that was Linda having fun with the unassisted triple play stuff. So
that's so good, man.
Yep. Oh, Battleborn's in the audience. Oh, by the way, while I am thinking about this, all right, Josh has already taken care of me on the San Francisco Giants end of things. But I wanted to show you guys this because Battleborn Mike is a huge grill master. I got this, believe it or not, in fan mail sent to me from the Giants. It came as a birthday present. This is from a gentleman by the name, and he's a young gentleman at that. His name's Charlie Lovell, and he makes – now this is Mississippi State, but you can get it any kind of like thing you want. This is a cutting board in the shape of a home plate, and he has grill tools. Here's the fork, and here's the spatula with Mississippi State on it, okay? And Josh had given me a set that had San Francisco Giants on it. His company is baseballbarbecue.com, and if you guys want to get something like that, put the Giants logo on it, or if you want to personalize one to a friend and all that, prices aren't too bad. And thank you, Charlie Lovell, for the birthday present. I really appreciate it. A little shout out for you, Jack.
Thrill, do you like grilling?
I love grilling. I love easing out on the barbecue and letting it eat. I'm into trying a little bit of everything. One thing that Big Mike does, and I know that some of you guys have seen it, either he's posted it online or whatever, but he does a lot of grilling for the University of Nevada baseball team and some of the Nevada functions. And man, he sent me a picture the other day. Is this big old ass grill. He must have had 80 freaking ribeyes cooking at once. I mean, he had it going on. So nice job, Big Mike.
That's pretty cool, man. I wonder if the boys over there at UNR think that it's actually fucking Santa Claus on the grill.
Oh, hell yeah. They're like, Santa Claus is burning at old Christmas trees. That's why it's got such a great flavor to it.
How's our guy Lee doing?
He's in the 200s. Let me get to it right here. Mr. Jung-Hoo Lee, 262. I know for a fact he's got 2 homers. I don't know how many RBIs.
2 and 7. They move him around the lineup, right? Tonight he's leading.
Yeah. I mean, he's been a leadoff dude, but then I saw him hitting 3. There's been a few times that he hit 3, and probably just.
Oh, did he get it?
Get
up! Nah, no problem, man. That's called an orphan ball.
I tell you what, in Fenway, that's a poke right there. That's 385 back there.
It is. That's out of a lot of ballparks.
Yeah, it's out of a lot of ballparks. Fenway, it's not. Do you know? We've talked about this before. I've got a home run in every ballpark that I've played at in the major leagues except for Fenway. But Fenway is the ballpark that I have my highest visiting batting average.
Really?
Yeah. Can you believe that?
That was
because they pitched me away, played me away, and I used to just try to pepper the thing off with a freaking green monster out there.
Green monster, yeah. I'm surprised you didn't go off the green monster, but I imagine you hit some shots off that thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I'm trying to hit the ball on the line when I'm going the other way, and in order to go out the monster, you got to get the ball up high, and I didn't happen to miss one up there. My bad.
They're showing the wind too, blowing in. Really enjoying. It's Hunter Pence on the broadcast tonight. I think with Dave Fleming.
Oh, nice.
Enjoying the baseball combo. I ran into Striker Pence, who is Hunter's nephew, this weekend. He was playing in a perfect game event, the same one we were out in Huntington Beach. There's a base hit up the middle.
There you go. Chapman needed that one. He's been scuffling a little bit.
Well, that was Wilmer Flores, but yeah.
Oh, that was Flores. Yeah, here comes Chapman. Chapman's 0 for 3, and he's hitting 216. He could use to have a few fall in for him to get his ship rightened up. So
Striker Pence, Thrill, he's 6'5", and he rakes and he throws 91. The kid's 14.
No, come on.
He actually just turned 15. You can't make this shit up. Yeah, it's true.
Dude, unbelievable. Some guys got the genes, man. Some guys got the genes.
I mean, that's some serious genes.
Yeah, no.
I
hope he learns how to hit the ball the other way, unlike his freaking uncle. Sorry, Hunter.
Hunter could pull some shit. Yeah, boy. Here we go. We're making this interesting.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That boy, Chappie. Way to get you a base knock. Get on board there. There you go. Here comes Patrick Bailey, who was our star of our Friday night walk-off 3-run homer against the Pirates.
Well, we were just talking about him, and then I sent you the clip, the no-filter clip of the Patrick Bailey homer. And wow, man, I mean, this guy really is – he's been the dude, right? Like, he's been their best hitter and their best player up until this point. You know, it's fucking Conforto now. It's not Bailey. So Bailey is after him.
Oh, okay. I keep getting everything confused. I keep looking ahead to the next guy. But anyway, but it's a good thing. Good thing. I mean, he entered tonight hitting 292, so that's a good thing for get off to a good start for a second-year player. This guy, Jensen, I can't believe he's still around. He's old goat. Him still chunking that cutter in there.
You ain't kidding. Kenley Jansen. I mean, he's 176 years old.
That's so funny.
He came up as a catcher, and he's got one fucking pitch, the cutter. He's like Mariano Rivera.
Yeah, here, hit it. Guess what's coming, gentlemen? Guess what's coming?
And he's lost. He's got
a good cutter, but he ain't got the.
Fuck.
Oh, jeez. That was a nice play right there. He's got a cutter, but he ain't got the one the Sandman had. Oh, my God almighty. The Sandman was unbelievable.
Yeah, Mariano Rivera's cutter was just it was an illusion. That was a real nice play.
That play right there, if you guys watch that one right there on that replay right there, it actually made it a nicer play because the ball hopped up to him. So he caught it mid-dive, like, basically would be mid-thigh high. If that ball stays on the ground, it's a lot tougher play.
Yeah, you're right. He kind of got a nice hop.
Yeah, no.
Why aren't, well, I mean, look, you're not the tight and run, so I don't know if they're taking a strike or what, but that 97 right there on a straight fastball could have been deposited over the green monster.
And that's what I'm saying, I mean, look at kind of how they're pitching him right here. I mean, they tried to come in right there, but they missed out over the plate. First pitch is, like you said, heater away. I mean, they pitched to the strengths of their ballpark, so now they got him down in a count. This might be a good pitch for them to waste in, Yeah,
I was going to say,
they're going up. Oh, he threw it right down the middle.
Oh, dude, you couldn't split
that. Dude. Whew. That's the one right there. That's the one right there. And you and I see it a ton, right, man? And we even talked about the strikeouts. When you strike out, here's what people don't get. When you strike out, you have not helped not only your team, but the guy directly behind you. I mean, he doesn't have a guy, to judge anything off of. You don't keep an inning going. You give teams cheap outs. They don't have to earn the outs by making a play in the field. And we work a lot. I mean, a lot. I can promise you one thing right now. If you throw a fastball out over the plate just like that last one, I don't care whether it's 96. I don't care whether it's 1,000. All right. A major league hitter, like 9 out of 10 times, should be able to make contact with that pitch as much as you work. All right. It's the pitches on the corner. It's the breaking balls, it's change-ups. That, all right, that's kind of separates the men from the boys. But one right down the middle, dude, I mean, to not get any kind of a piece of it, I see it on an everyday basis, and I don't get it. So I don't know.
Do you think that it's because of the swing planes that are being taught?
For sure, without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. That, and another thing too. Tommy knows because we talk about it, and Josh knows and all that. But I mean, you also got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, "Hey, I just flat out fucking missed that one. I flat out missed it." But yet, these guys will go back and they'll look at the videotape and they're like, "Well, my hands weren't here, and my legs weren't there, and I wasn't doing this, and I wasn't doing that." No, dude, you freaking missed it. You just freaking missed it. Quit trying to find an excuse. Look yourself in the freaking mirror every now and then and say, I screwed up, And that's what you got to do in baseball.
Well, I was explaining to the kids this weekend. If you're late on a fastball, there's two things. If you swing and miss at a fastball, that's hittable. You're either doing one or two things wrong. Either you're late or you're swinging underneath it. And a lot of times it's both. And so how do you counteract that? It's A, we're in A position, we're ready to hit, and B, we're A to B. And guess what? If you're underneath it, you keep fouling shit off, get the fuck on top. That's it.
So here's one that you just did right there. You went A position and then B on that one swing. Then you went A position and B was up here. Your elbow came up. Remember, we talked about it. As soon as that elbow or that shoulder, one or the other, or the back shoulder drops, one or the other. As soon as you give it one of these numbers, your bat head drops. So you're starting from underneath it. So you are always going to miss it up underneath it. We just got through talking about Carl Yastrzemski, hands up. You look at Juan Gonzalez, hands up. You look at Keith Hernandez, hands up. Everybody started their hands up to miss on top of the ball and get backspin. It's like hitting a freaking golf ball. When you come down on a golf ball and you catch it clean, you get backspin. Same exact process. You start under a ball, all right? The only way that you can get on top of it from here is to roll, all right? And as soon as you roll, you're going to hit a fucking Bettina Bongi backhand. It's going to get past the infield. And it's going to go because it's going to have top spin on it. So there you go. There's your hitting lesson for the day, ladies and gentlemen.
I saw Mike Schmidt talking to a group of Philadelphia Phillies, and this, I believe, was after he was done, retired, whatever. But he talked about chopping the tree down. And he said, if you're going to chop a tree, are you going to do this and whatever else? He goes, no. He goes, you're going to get your legs in here in this position, and you're going to fucking chop, and you're whack, whack. And he talked about basically using the whole core and swinging, he said, just like you did, down to the baseball to then create that backspin that elevates the ball. The modern day hitting guru would tell you that, what you're going to do is swing up to the ball. Well, let's put it this way. Some of the greatest hitters of all time, their philosophy and their mindset, and including the one who has more fucking home runs than anybody else in the world, his mindset was down to the baseball in Barry Bonds. There you go. I mean, what else do we have to say? That's the mindset. What actually happens, when it happens, I don't know. It's just perspective, right? But I will tell you this. If your hands are here, they need to come here, and this barrel's got to follow. and we're trying to get on playing with the ball. It's as simple as that.
There you go. And when I go and work with certain guys, and I explain that exact process that we just talked about, and I'll even get in the cage and show them, and they look at me, and the first thing they'll say, well, that's I'm not comfortable with that. And the way that I explain it to them is, well, good luck selling cars, because unless you can figure that out, you're going to get a pink slip and you're going to be selling cars. So there you go. Sorry. I'm sorry if I have any car salesmen in the audience. My bad. But you get what I'm saying. It's like, dude, some of the best that have ever freaking played the sport come down to first base and have talks with you. And when they say the same shit over and over and over again, well, maybe I need to pay attention to it. Now, you got a freaking 6-time All-Star standing in front of you telling you the same goddamn thing, and you say, well, I'm not comfortable with that. Well, good luck. I'm not going to change your mind. Guess what? There's been millions of players that have played this sport that get their asses freaking handed to them. They're out, they're sitting at home, and you're going to be the next one, unless you can make this adjustment.
It's the truth, man. It is the absolute truth. All right, Thrill, we got breaking news here on Deuces Wild.
Breaking news!
Whoa, man, that was
There's your teleticker or whatever the shit you called it.
That is so good. Mike Trout to have knee surgery. Expected to return in 2024, though. That's good. Angels superstar Mike Trout had trouble holding back his tears on Tuesday as he described yet another injury that is expected to keep him out for an extended period of time. Trout, a 3-time AL MVP, 11-time All-Star, suffered a torn meniscus in his lefty in Monday's 6-5 win over the Phillies and will undergo surgery in the coming days. General Manager Perry Minison announced it's not expected to be a season-ending operation, though, but no immediate timetable was provided from the Angels or Trout. It's tough, said emotional Trout. It's just frustrating, but we'll get through it. Now, dude, Trout's having an incredible year, Thrill.
Unbelievable.
This has got to really hurt. Torn meniscus usually is 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
It's not a really long one typically, right?
No.
It's not an ACL or anything. It's just they go in there, and I don't know exactly what they do, but
an MCL is something that you can kind of grind it out and toughen it out. He's going to have surgery. I had a partially torn meniscus. Oh hell, what was that? Oh, it was 89. Freaking Sosha buried me at home plate, and I had to play with that knee brace on when I was running around on that triple against the Cubs in the playoffs. I had that knee brace on, so you can play with a meniscus, but since it's completely torn, he needs to get it taken care of. But as you said, it's not like an ACL. He should have the surgery. Should be probably a pretty minimally invasive type of surgery, and like you said, 4 to 6 weeks, depends on his body healing up.
So it says here, Trout said the hardest part is that he's not even sure when he sustained the injury. He had no knee issues leading up to Monday's series opener, but felt something while jogging off the field in the third inning. Trout continued to play through the injury, including stealing second base in the 7th inning and scoring the eventual winning run from second base on a wild pitch. But his knee continued to worsen, and he underwent an MRI on Tuesday that revealed the damage. Quote, it's crazy because when I look back, I don't even know when I did it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's exactly what we just said. With a meniscus, you can play. And he did. He finished out the game. He just is like, my knee don't feel right. What's wrong? And then they get the MRI and they find it. But it could be literally as minimal as, and you don't know about a meniscus. It could be literally, like going down the steps in the dugout and just stepping wrong on it or something. Or, when he's running in the outfield, accidentally stepping on a sprinkler head and just landing awkward, something like that. So it's weird how those injuries come along. I actually, believe it or not, let me finish it.
Yeah,
I actually, believe it or not, had a lot of injuries, not to myself, but to runners at first base. And a lot of it, and it happened in Trey's baseball game, Jonathan Knott's on here, where guys come to first base and they jump for first base. They get their steps wrong, and then they got to try to jump, for first base. You see popped hamstrings, you see ankles, and you see knees blown by people doing that at first base. There you go.
Yeah. Let's call a spade, though, because Mike Trout is not your normal human being.
That is correct.
Built much like Bo Jackson.
Yes.
In the sense that these guys have muscles popping out of their fucking eyebrows. So because of that, they seem to be a little bit more prone to these type of injuries. Where was your body actually built to do that? I think another guy that I'd be a little concerned with too is Shohei Ohtani, because here he is right now, and having Tommy Johnny. Like, I don't know if people were meant to hit or built to hit 550-foot homers and throw 103 miles per hour. Like, that's a lot of strain on the body. But again, like, I wouldn't trade anything for Bo Jackson. And we talked about him last week. Dude, he's got chronic hiccups, man. Like, chronic hiccups. Like, think about that.
Hiccups?
Bro.
Okay.
Hey, man. I don't know how many things in life would be worse than chronic fucking hiccups. I hate the hiccups. I hate the hiccups. So he's got chronic hiccups. But they did this. Men's Health did this article on Bo Jackson. And you remember, like, it wasn't even a contact injury. He was just running. He was running down the field, and his hip just.
Yeah.
Well, you're a bionic man.
Yeah. No,
right?
I get it.
Like,
yeah. I mean,
just built different, and shit breaks.
Yeah. I mean, he's just so strong, and he was running, and guy freaking jumped at him from behind and horse collared him and sort of drug him down, and kind of landed awkward, and then all of a sudden, all hell broke loose. But yeah, unbelievable. So whatever. But first base is an injury-prone era. I mean, you're gonna have some problems down there at first, and you never know. I mean, Mike Trout might have run out of ball earlier in the game, and that happened. So I don't know, but we'll see.
Hey, did you play against Bo Jackson in college?
Yes. Bo played for Auburn. So did Frank Thomas, by the way. But both of them were younger than me. They were 2 years younger than me, so they were freshmen when I was juniors, and we were kind of on a roll, and we actually kind of handed them their ass. But as you can see, both of them have come on strong after that. But anyway, next week we're going to do the show again. I'm looking forward to doing it again. The following week, which is going to be the 14th, I am not going to be able to do the show because I am going to be with the Richmond Flying Squirrels, ladies and gentlemen, AA affiliate of the San Francisco Giants. Trey Clark and I will be going to see them. And, I just pulled up the Richmond Flying Squirrels batting averages, and I will go through the batting averages of today's lineup. We have 132, 227, 211, 217, a high of 260, 182, 118, 170, 226. That is AA hitters. So the Thrill will be having some workouts done in Richmond, Virginia, early hitting with a lot of individuals.
Why does that sound so horrific?
Well, it sounds horrific to me because normally in the past, AA is where we've put our, top prospects that are knocking on the door to become major leaguers. And as you can tell with those batting averages right there, you ain't going to be a major leaguer hitting like that. So one guy who you are a fan of, he's in Richmond. He's playing. He's actually, believe it or not, he's playing well. He's got better at bats. he might not have the results he wants, but he's got better at bats. Is Hunter Bishop,
Nice.
a local Bay Area guy. I love Hunter to death. Big, tall kid. He's been injury prone throughout his so far minor league career, but he's healthy right now. He's playing every day, and I'm hoping that when I show up there, he puts it together for us.
What are his numbers right now?
No, he was hitting about 250 last I looked, and then right now he's hitting 217. So he's 15 for 69, 1 homer, 5 RBIs.
Fuck, man. That's not great.
Well, I mean, you saw what I just read you. I mean, our whole lineup's scuffled. So
is Richmond not a hitter's park?
Richmond is not a hitter's park. Richmond is definitely a pitcher's park. Big ballpark, kind of dead air. Gets humid there, so ball doesn't travel. But, in the past, it was AAA for Braves, for a long period of time. So you just got to figure it out, man. I mean, hey, look, that's what we talked about at Candlestick. If the wind's blowing there and you're a fly ball hitter, you better change something up and become a line drive hitter. Otherwise, you're going to be running back to the dugout a lot. Same thing in this ballpark. You're a fly ball hitter and you're, 5'8", 5'9", you better become a line drive hitter. Otherwise, you're going to be going back to the dugout a lot.
Thrill. So speaking of minor league teams, I got a message today from Matthew Wernick, who is affiliated with ... Wait for it.
Yeah, there you go.
The Missouri River Motorboaters.
No!
Yes! I'm not kidding. Dude, is that real? I've never heard of that.
All right. First off, as a guy who likes to drink Jack Daniels, so here we go. All right. First off, and being somebody who is kind of half crazy anyway, when I think of motorboaters, I think of like Charlie Sheen on 2.5 Men and like one of those numbers. Okay. So I don't think about, let's go get in a 16-foot boat and puddle down the river there.
No, I'm thinking about putting my face in some titties, man.
That's exactly what I just said. I went like that. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. But, these guys got to make it seem like, all right, it's a legit thing. It's a legit thing. Yeah, right. Okay. So what about our dude here from the motorboaters?
He just said, hey, Eric, the baseball team I work for, the Missouri River Motorboaters, would love to send you some free gear. We think you'll love it.
Dude, send it on. We'll wear this shit, and we'll talk about freaking motorboating the whole freaking show.
Oh, God. I'm all in, dude.
Hey, look. I mean, you got a TV with the freaking with the ball games in the back. We'll turn the TV around and make it an X-rated show with motorboating.
You motorboating son of a bitch. What was that from? Why do I feel like it's Talladega Nights? Am I wrong on that?
What's that? Ricky Bobby?
The line. He's like, you motorboating son of a bitch.
Yeah, hell yeah, you motorboating son of a bitch.
Oh, so good, man.
Ricky Bobby, yeah, my smoking hot wife right there. There you go.
Paul Skeens, Thrill. He inches closer to his big league debut. He pitched 6 scoreless frames. The place is here. The time is now with this guy, huh?
Well, where's he at? Is he in AAA or AA?
No, he's in AAA, man. The number 3 overall prospect in Major League Baseball continues to enhance his reputation as a generational talent. The rest of the baseball world watches and waits for possibly the most anticipated big league debut by a pitching prospect since Steven Strasburg. And I agree with that. Strasburg pitching debut, that was something pretty cool. That was 2010. And it says, and with good reason, his final 2 pitches in a career-high 6-inning start were his fastest of the night.
Really?
I mean, if you're going 6 innings now, I talked about this last week when Ian Miller was on the show. And I basically said, look, why are we going to waste these fucking bullets? You only have so many bullets in this right arm of Paul Skeens. At some point, that's it, right? And whether it's going to be Tommy John, some kind of shoulder shit, and, hopefully he could come back for whatever it is, and hopefully he pitches 20 years and never gets hurt and he's fine. But I just don't want to waste any in the minor leagues.
Yeah, who's he throwing for, by the way?
Pirates.
Well, I mean, put it this way. If there's anybody that probably needs pitching help, it's probably Pittsburgh. So, I mean, hey, go back a few years. I mean, look at how, Kansas City got in the World Series. Look at how Houston got in the World Series. They had, 5 or 6 years of like high number one picks, and all of those guys came up together, so there's been a history of that, over the past. So,
hey, so I want to bring something up here because I saw this article and they talked about it on the Giants broadcast today. Willie Mays. So they're talking about on this date in 1961. He almost sat out, but instead played and hit 4 home runs.
Was that in Milwaukee County Stadium?
It was. It says Willie Mays had one of the most illustrious careers in baseball history. They say kid truly did it all. He racked up accolades as few other players did. Mays crushed 660 homers, swiped 338 bags while playing phenomenal defense center field. Yeah. Only Mays, Bonds, Alex Rodriguez hit more than 500 home runs, stole more than 300 bases. His 156 wins above replacement, trails just 4 players, and has been surpassed by only Bonds since Mays retired. Mays had plenty of memorable moments of sports legendary careers. Miraculous catch in Game 1 of the 1954 World Series at the Polo Grounds remains one of the most iconic moment in the sports history. On April 30th, that's today, 1961, Mays homered not once, not twice, not thrice, but 4 fucking times in a game against the Milwaukee Braves at Milwaukee County Stadium. Great call, Thrill. At the time, Mays was just the 7th player to accomplish the feat. It would take nearly 15 years for it to happen again when Mike Schmidt pulled it off in 1976. Even now, the list of players to homer 4 times in a game only stands at 17, with J.D. Martinez being the last to achieve such in 2017. Ironically enough, Mays nearly sat out the game after dealing with a bout of food poisoning the night before. Mays told Giants manager Alvin Dark that he would not be able to play that day. This is until teammate Joey Amalfitano offered up his new bat for Mays to try out during batting practice. In his own words, Mays proceeded to hit every ball over the wall with the bat during batting practice. Mays quickly reconsidered his decision, and Dark penciled him in to the lineup. How about that
one? How about that one? You try to tell people about that. Say, you don't think working on stuff and batting practice and all that makes a difference. He goes up there with a bat he's never used before, and by his own admission, hits damn near every ball out the ballpark. And he says, "Oh hell, I'm gonna play. I ain't sitting this one out. I'm going up there with this magic thunder stick," and he hits 4 out. So, and by the way, I just want to let you know, because he is still around, he's one of my good friends. Joey Amalfitano is an awesome freaking human being, a great Giant. He was a coach for the Dodgers for a long time. He came back to the Giants, and he and I were like locker buddies, locker roommates in spring training every year. Joey Amalfitano is class above class, and he should be back in the Giants organization. So all of you people in the front office of San Francisco Giants, get Joey Amalfitano back in. You need his knowledge in this game of baseball. Get him back in there.
How's Willie doing?
Willie's from what I've heard by Barry and then also by Murph, Willie's scuffling a little bit, but he's hanging in there. So he hadn't made, put it this way, he hadn't made too many public appearances. He's kind of stayed in the house.
I'm trying to think, for your retirement, did he send a video?
No, he did not. He wasn't feeling that good, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't really remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's just fuck, man. It sucks getting old, but that's why you got to do whatever you can do to try to. It's not like we're not reversing aging by any means, but at the same time, like as you age and you're still here on Earth, you might as well fucking live, right?
Yeah,
I imagine you want to hunt and fish and do this Deuces Wild podcast till the day you die.
There you go. How'd you know that?
Well, why the fuck not? I mean, this is what we live for. Yeah.
Hey, I live for a little big league hardball and then dealing with EB.
It's important to have conversations. Fellowship's big.
It
really like stay active and like whatever it is. And my wife always talks about fellowship. She used to always say fellowship. I'm like, fellowship? What do you mean fellowship? Like, what?
Hey, look, that's
I get it now.
That's like yesterday. I mean, go fishing with 5 or 6 of my guys, and big fish fry last night. Little Jack Daniels is flowing, laughing and giggling, cutting up, and everybody gives everybody a big hug today and says how great a time they had. So that's what it's all about.
When you lose sense of time, whatever you do, whatever you're doing, like sometimes, we do this show, we lose sense of 7-11. We usually only go about an hour, but you lose sense of time and you realize what's going on. It's good, right? So to do shit in your life where you lose sense of time, if that's hunting, if that's fishing, if it's doing Deuces Wild, if it's playing pickleball, if it's out on the slopes, if it's coaching baseball, I lose complete sense of time. Those are the things I love doing.
I love it. It. Speaking of which, all right, Trey and I have been laughing and giggling the last few times we've gone. I don't know, wherever they got like chips. When you get a sandwich and you get chips, maybe it's Subway or somewhere like that, right? Miss Vicky's came out with a new one, spicy dill pickle, and I freaking love it because I love spice and I love pickles, right?
Yeah.
And I get it all the time. And I told Trey the other day we were eating and I was having my dill pickle. I said, you know what, Trey? I said, this would be the best thing ever if Eric Byrnes would have Miss Vicky's spicy dill pickle freaking sponsor his pickleball team. It would be so great. It'd be freaking awesome.
What do you think Miss Vicky looks like?
I would imagine since she's dealing with potato chips, she might be a little rotund, if I had to guess.
I don't know.
She's been eating a lot of fried chips her whole life, so that's what I would think.
I think Miss Vicky is thick, but like thick like a milkshake thrill, like a good thick where it just.
I love it.
Voluptuous. The pushing.
That's a good way to put it. Voluptuous.
Yeah, Miss Vicky. Fuck.
All right, because he has to get involved all the time. Josh sent me the logo for the motor boaters. All right, here we go. Coming at you.
I can't wait to see this.
Oh, this is actually pretty cool. All right, there's the logo, ladies and gentlemen, for the motor boaters. Can you see?
Oh, it's so good, dude. It's
so
good. You can't make that better. Like this clearly surpasses a banana thrill.
Dude, this is freaking solid. If you get something like this, you need to wear it. And then look,
1,000%. Dude,
like the baseball bat on the bottom looks like the paddle and all that sort of shit.
Text me your Addy too. I'll make sure he sends them to you too. I'll tell him we're in the podcast.
All right, you got it. We'll wear it on the podcast. But yeah, he's got the baseball bat as a paddle. And yep, Missouri River Motor Boaters, baby. Woo! Go ahead on, girl.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, dude. How about some of the conversations we have on this thing? Huh? It's just absolutely hysterical how two dudes, one lefty, one righty, are both psychos, and we kind of like go all over the board. You know?
We have like minds.
Yeah, I love it.
It's
and Linda, hey, look, and you think it's just us. Look, freaking Linda came on there and said no titties. So even the people in the chat room are freaking psychos like us. So we're good. We're cool. That's how we roll.
1,000% is how we roll.
Like minds. There you go.
I'm just looking at a couple of the top news articles here. you had the skiing thing. The O's, they win again. The O's pester former nemesis Cortez. They silence the Yanks bats again. They beat the Yankees yesterday. They beat the Yankees again. Thrill. I mean, here you go. Here's the smiling Baltimore bird. They are having one hell of a season. It looks like they're back. But I will ask you this, because they did send down Jackson Holiday.
Yeah.
He got off to a super slow start. We debated how much of a leash you would actually give him. Well, they went about 30, 40 at bats, pulled the plug, sent him back to the minor leagues, where I haven't checked on his progress lately. But give me your thoughts on Jackson Holiday getting sent back down to the minors.
You know what? And you and I talked about it, and some of my baseball guys and I talked about it. Look, I mean, here's the Orioles. They're on a run right now. They're 7-3 in their last 10. Okay, you cannot have somebody in the middle of the lineup. Well, not in the middle of the lineup, but just in the lineup.
Sure.
That is a legitimate out every time.
Can't have
yeah, and especially have somebody like Jackson Holiday, who is one of your top prospects. He is going to be a major leaguer without a shadow of a doubt. Okay. Mm-hmm. He might have got rushed up. He might not have been ready. Might have got the emotions caught up in there, whatever it is. Look, relax a little bit. Go down to minor leagues. Make a few little adjustments. Rake down there and then come back up and help us. And maybe come back up and help us at the end of the year when we're in a playoff race. You'll be fresh. That kind of thing. This is what you and I talk about. It's like these teams, certain teams, need to beat other teams. And you mentioned it was the Orioles playing the Yankees, right?
Correct.
Okay. So that would be like the Giants Dodgers.
Yeah.
Inter-division rivals. You have to beat inter-division rivals. You get immediate benefit from it. You pick up a whole game on them in your division. That's first off. But then second off, you send a message across from one dugout to the other. Hey, we're here to play, and we're here to beat you. And the Orioles 7-3 right now in the last 10. They're now kind of a game and a half up on everybody in that division, and it's a pretty freaking solid division. Has been a solid division the last few years, and this is almost going on 3 years in a row where Orioles have kind of made their presence known in the East.
You're not kidding. All right. By the way, as I sip on my tequila and Verge right here, I want to give a shout out to my guy, Jory, over at tryverge.com. This is ginger, this is honey, and this is weed. All put into this little bottle of fucking greatness. Jory, thank you for sending me this. It goes fantastic with tequila. So go to tryverge.com, and I'm pretty sure you can put a promo code in there. It's LTP10, and you'll get 10% off all of the cannabis products. But, Thrill, I need another breaking news from you.
All right.
This just in. Bees, like literal fucking bees.
Like honeybees.
Have delayed the Dodgers and D-backs game in Arizona. It says here, there was quite the buzz just before the D-backs Dodgers game was supposed to start at Chase Field on Tuesday night, delaying the first pitch. It wasn't coming from the crowd, but rather a swarm of bees that congregated on top of the protective netting behind home plate. In announcing the delay, the public address announcer asked fans to please be patient before playing the Beatles. Let it be. Umpires consulted with the Arizona grounds crew and then informed both managers of the delay. The D-backs previously experienced a bee delay during a game against the Giants on April 3rd, 2014.
I was going to say, I remember that game.
Come on.
D-backs, I was going to bring it up because the D-backs and the Giants, because I was like, why the hell isn't the game being played? And I went on there, and they were chasing bees around in the outfield and stuff, or the bees were chasing them around. And, that had a delay. Plus, on top of that, there was another game, and I'm trying to remember where it was. This was back in the early 2000s. But, I mean, big swarm of bees, and that game got delayed like an hour. I mean, that was huge. So
that's crazy. So I've got to ask you, of all the delays that you've ever been involved with throughout the course of your entire baseball career, it doesn't even have to be the big leagues. What is the craziest delay and reason for it?
We didn't have, well, take that back. There you go. Candlestick, all right? Played there 9 years. Had one rain out. One. Had 2 fog outs. Like legitimately, like could not see the center fielder. We had to cancel the game and play a doubleheader the next day. So I didn't have delays per se as much as it was cancellations because you could not see the center fielder. You couldn't see him. No chance.
So I was playing in Chicago, and I was playing center field for the Oakland A's. And there was a ball that was hit to, I think it was like the right fielder. Maybe it was like a foul ball, actually. That's what it was. It was a foul ball that was hit. And as soon as it went up, this fog had come in and settled, and I couldn't see the ball. And so I ran up to the umpire. I was about to go hit, and I ran up to the umpire as I run off the field. And I'm like, hey, dude, I got to tell you, as an outfielder, as soon as the ball goes up into the air, I can't see it. I completely lose it. You should probably delay the game. And trust me, like, I don't want to delay the game. I'd much prefer to keep playing. But you can't see it. And he goes, you know what he told me? He goes, go fucking hit. I'm like, what a dick. So I go in there. I'm leading off the next inning. I grab my helmet, grab my bat, and all I could think of is hit a fly ball, and I'm golden. Sure as shit, dude. I got up there. First pitch, like fastball.
There's Trout behind you.
There he is. First pitch, fastball away, though, Thrill. I go like this. Routine fly ball to right field. The right fielder, ready?
I can't see it. Can't see it.
No fucking idea. I turned third base. I was this close to it inside the Parker. And all I could think of, man, I love that umpire. The same umpire that told me to go fucking hit. I love that dude.
Hey, you should have made it inside the Parker. You should have touched home plate, going back and shook his hand and said thank you for being.
Bro, they called it right there. They called it right. Time delay. Oh, and I was just thinking, oh, dude, this is. You know what though? Hey, it was my karma. I had told the guy. I was being very honest. I wasn't trying to get over. I'm like, you should delay the fucking game, and they didn't want to delay the game, and that was it.
Right.
So, bro, that Motorboaters logo that you just sent me.
Dude,
it doesn't get better.
Hey, that guy's gonna send it because we're gonna wear that crap.
This is not get better.
That's it. There it is.
This is the boat that you and Trey were on earlier today, like ripping through the swamp.
That's bullshit. Don't give me none of that crap. You ain't never been in a boat. You ain't never been in a boat before. You're a freaking land dweller. You like to go run around in the mountains and shit.
Hold on. I've been in a boat. I just haven't been in a fucking riverboat. I make a big difference.
Missouri riverboat.
I mean, this is some Huckleberry Finn shit, dude.
Hey, you gotta love Mark Twain, dude. Mark Twain.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. All right, dude. Well, I got the family just got home. I got dinner downstairs. I mean, what
you got for dinner tonight? What's on Smell-O-Vision?
I don't know.
Okay,
she's with the grocery store, so I think we might have some options. I'll be pressing for tacos like I do every single Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday, so that we can celebrate Mr. Biscuit going Apo Taco.
Yeah.
Awesome,
it's pretty sweet.
It
is fun. It is fun watching, right? I mean, the exhilaration when you were coaching third base when Trey hit his homer, right?
Yeah, I was coaching third. But the thing is, when you see, and it doesn't matter whether it's Trey or Biscuit or anybody that's in the chat room, their kids and stuff. When you see it, it's like, man, that's so much better than anything I've ever done. It's like, man, it's a new level of smiling and laughing and giggling. It's awesome.
Yeah. I love the fact that, like, when you celebrate the success of, and the kids don't get it, but you celebrate the success of your children, like, you get more of a reward from that. And I think that's why parents care so much. That's why you get kids that actually get pretty fucked up, and because their parents are overbearing in being a parent or trying to be a coach. But ultimately, it's about wanting them to succeed. And if you want to do everything in your power, and everything in our power, I should say, to get your kids to succeed, the bottom line is this. I mean, it's no question about it. I'll send a few your way, Thrill. Go ahead and grab the brand new Let Them Play, a parenting and coaching guide to use sportsbook at ericbyrnes.com, EricByrnes.com. Go to Amazon, wherever the fuck you want to go, and get a copy of these.
Play.
That's it, man. It's 22 codes of conduct, Thrill, for the players, for the parents, and for the coaches about how to run a successful team, organization, be cohesive in everything that we do. And I'm going to send some your way. Hand them out.
Hand them out. I'll give one to friggin' Jonathan Knott since he's in the chat room. But, man, it was awesome. Sorry we had to miss last week. We're going to catch up again next week. And then I will be giving you updates on Richmond, Virginia, and our AA team. And hopefully these guys get it turned around and start to swinging a little bit better when I show up.
I love it, man. FaceTime me when you're with Hunter Bishop. It's been amazing.
Yeah, no, I don't want to have to chew some ass, but if they need it, they're gonna get it because, dude, if you're in AA, you're knocking on the door of the big leagues. You better answer that call. Otherwise, like we said before, you're gonna be in another profession.
All right, Thrill. I'll see you next week, dude, and everyone else out there. Just one final
thing that we have to do that is tradition.
Yeah, but hold on a second, because I said thing that I have to do. I know one other thing that I have to do. I got to say, at the close of the show, today's episode of Deuces Wild was presented by Steelhead. STLHD. Don't forget to enter the Steelhead giveaway. I'm going to give you one last little read about the Steelhead giveaway. They're giving a $200 Steelhead gift card. So if you buy this, you go ahead and buy the Steelhead merch at steelhead.com to enter to win. All you got to do is you follow No Filter Network and Steelhead on Instagram. The giveaway closes at midnight, so that's it. I mean, it doesn't even sound like you don't have to comment on a post or anything else of that. I guess it just says follow both of them, and the giveaway closes at midnight PST. So I guess you could figure out if all right, do you follow No Filter? Do you follow Steelhead? Yes, you follow both. If you follow both, you're eligible. And we will pick you out of a hat. I don't know. I'm not doing the picking. But someone's going to pick you out of a hat. And if you win, the cool thing is that you come on our live show next Tuesday, May the 7th. And that's it.
Hey, while you just said that, very nicely done. You've done a great job of reading everything that you've had to read because of Leslie Short. Leslie, stop sending crap that we got to read. Okay, I know we got sponsors. Stop sending crap we got to read. All right, we want to bullshit with everybody. Jesus Christ. No filter, Leslie. There we go.
Leslie, we love you.
Oh, we love her. We love her. We're still going to give you a ration just because.
Keep sending the reads because it pays for the fucking show. On that note, Thrill.
Love you, man.
Love you too, buddy. See ya!